Germany is known for building some of the greatest cars in automotive history. Brands like BMW, Mercedes-Benz, Audi, and Porsche have created legendary machines that combine performance, engineering, and prestige. But while many of these cars were produced in large numbers, there are also a few extremely rare machines that most people will never see in person. Cars built in incredibly limited numbers, cars created for special homologation purposes, and cars that became instant collectors' treasures. Some of them were technological experiments, others were racing-inspired road cars, and a few were simply so exclusive that only a handful of people in the world were ever able to buy one. Today, we are looking at 3 of the rarest German cars ever made. These machines are not just rare, they represent the absolute peak of German automotive engineering and exclusivity. Let's begin. Number 3. Porsche 959. In the 1980s, Porsche set out to create something extraordinary. The goal was to build a car that would showcase the future of performance technology. The result was the Porsche 959. When it was released, this car was one of the most advanced road vehicles ever built. It featured an all-wheel drive system that was decades ahead of its time. The suspension was adjustable, the body used lightweight materials, and the twin-turbocharged flat-six engine produced incredible performance for its era. But the reason this car is so rare is simple. Very few were ever made. Only around 300 road cars were produced, making it one of the most exclusive Porsche models ever created. At the time, the 959 was also one of the most expensive production cars in the world. Porsche actually lost money on every unit they built because the technology was so advanced and expensive to develop. Performance was equally impressive. The car could accelerate from 0 to 60 miles per hour in under 4 seconds, which was almost unbelievable in the 1980s. Top speed exceeded 190 miles per hour. For many enthusiasts, the 959 represents a turning point in automotive engineering. It showed what was possible when a manufacturer ignored cost and focused purely on innovation. Today, surviving examples are extremely valuable. Collectors consider the Porsche 959 one of the most important performance cars ever built. Number 2. BMW M1. When people think about BMW performance cars, they usually imagine the M3 or the M5. But before those legends became famous, BMW created something completely different. The BMW M1. This was BMW's first true supercar, and it remains one of the rarest BMW models ever produced. The project began with a very ambitious goal. BMW wanted to build a mid-engine sports car capable of competing with the best machines from Italy. The design was dramatic, low, wide, and unmistakably aggressive. Unlike most BMW models, the engine was placed behind the driver. Power came from a naturally aspirated inline-six engine that produced around 270 horsepower. That might not sound extreme today, but at the time, it delivered serious performance. The car could reach speeds close to 160 miles per hour. However, production challenges and financial complications slowed the project dramatically. In the end, only about 450 road cars were built. That makes the BMW M1 one of the rarest road cars the brand has ever produced. But rarity is only part of the story. The M1 also helped establish BMW's high-performance identity. It laid the foundation for the legendary BMW M division that would later produce icons like the M3 and M5. Today, the M1 is considered a masterpiece of German engineering, and finding one for sale is extremely rare. Number 1. Mercedes-Benz CLK GTR. The rarest German car on this list is something truly extraordinary. The Mercedes-Benz CLK GTR. This machine was created for one reason: racing. During the late 1990s, the FIA GT Championship required manufacturers to produce road-legal versions of their race cars. This rule existed to ensure that the vehicles competing in the series were based on production models. Mercedes responded by building the CLK GTR. But calling it a road car is almost misleading. This was essentially a race car adapted for the street. The body was massive and aggressive, the interior was extremely minimal, and the engine produced incredible power. Under the hood was a naturally aspirated V12 engine that delivered over 600 horsepower. Performance was astonishing. Acceleration was brutal. Handling was razor sharp. But the most unbelievable part of the CLK GTR was its production numbers. Mercedes built only 20 road coupes and a few additional roadsters. That means fewer than 30 examples exist in the entire world. Because of this, the CLK GTR became one of the most valuable Mercedes models ever created. When one appears at auction, the price can reach several $1 million. For collectors, this car represents the ultimate combination of rarity, racing history, and engineering excellence. Why rare cars matter? Rare cars are not just about exclusivity. They represent moments in automotive history when manufacturers pushed boundaries. Sometimes those boundaries were technological, sometimes they were financial, and sometimes they were purely about racing ambition. Cars like these show what happens when engineers are allowed to think beyond normal production limits. They experiment with new materials, new drivetrains, and completely new ideas about performance. Many technologies that appear in everyday cars today started as experiments in rare vehicles like these. Final thoughts. Germany has produced thousands of incredible cars over the decades, but only a few of them reach the level of rarity and historical importance we explored today. Machines built in extremely limited numbers, cars that helped shape the identity of entire brands, and vehicles that collectors dream about owning. From groundbreaking technology to racing heritage to pure exclusivity, these rare German cars represent some of the most fascinating chapters in automotive history. And even if most of us will never see one in person, their influence continues to shape the cars we drive today. And if you enjoy content about rare cars, automotive legends, and the most interesting machines ever built, make sure to support the channel. Leave a like on the video, subscribe for more automotive rankings and deep dives, and share your thoughts in the comments. What rare German car do you think deserves a place on this list? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.